Get 3 months of local news for just 99 cents a month. You'll get unlimited access to the news you need to stay engaged and connected to your community. Visit inforum.com/subscribe now to get 3 months of local news for only 99 cents a month.
Do you put ketchup on your hot dog? One sausage expert says, stop it. The ketchup debate rages on this National Hot Dog Day over tastes, traditions, and what is just none of your doggone business. Hi, this is Tracy Briggs, and welcome to Back Then. Well, it's a debate that can incite as much emotion as far more important topics like gun control, abortion, or climate change. Does ketchup really not belong on a hot dog? Some of you ketchup lovers are probably screaming right now, where'd you hear that crazy notion? Of course, ketchup belongs on a hot dog. Well, one of the nation's top hot dog experts, kind of the horse's mouth himself, says it's time to catch up to the reality that the tomato-based condiment is a no-no on the hot dog. National Hot Dog and Sausage Council President Eric Mittenthal has made repeated attempts over the years to get people to kick their hinds and hunts to the curb. On July 5th of this year, he told the New York Post that anyone over the age of 18 should not be putting ketchup on their hot dog. This is what he said. If you can vote, it's time for your taste buds to vote for a hot dog without ketchup. The sweetness is just not the ideal match. He suggested just having mustard, onions, and sauerkraut instead. He's been fighting this battle against ketchup since about 2008. In 2021, he voiced his disdain, saying, "No matter how you top it, any hot dog is delicious. Well, except for hot dogs with ketchup." Well, them are fighting words to some people. In fact, a poll conducted by the Hot Dog and Sausage Council in 2021 reported that a majority of Americans, 61% in fact, do put ketchup on their hot dogs. And that beats out relish, cheese, and chili, and finishes second only to mustard, America's #1 hot dog condiment. However, it should be noted that ketchup beats out mustard in overall popularity with all foods, with an estimated 97% of American homes having at least one bottle of ketchup in their kitchen. So let's go back in time a little bit. I mean, this is the Back Then podcast, right? Who decided to put ketchup on a hot dog to begin with? Well, hot dogs gained popularity in the U.S. around 1893 after thousands of people enjoyed them at the Chicago World's Fair, and they began being sold at ballparks. The earliest versions were probably not topped with ketchup, since the American hot dog evolved from sausages enjoyed by German immigrants who traditionally served the sausages with mustard and certainly not ketchup. Some food historians suggest that the idea to put ketchup on hot dogs might have started with the Heinz Company. Henry J. Heinz was a great promoter of his products, and he was always looking for new and expanding markets. Another unseemly origin to ketchup on a hot dog stems from the turn of the century, when the meatpacking industry was under attack for unsafe practices. Following the publication of Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, the Meat Inspection Act and the Pure Food and Drug Act were passed in 1906. It just so happened that ketchup as a condiment was rising in popularity at about that same time. So when vendors started using ketchup on their hot dogs for whatever reason, rumors swirled that some of the vendors were using the sauce to cover or improve the taste of the spoiled meat. Either way, people just got used to ketchup on their hot dogs. Baseball hot dog vendors might have been the first people to specifically discourage ketchup on the hot dog. And for good reason. The sugar content of ketchup was bugging them. Literally. Rumor has it that when customers at the games asked for ketchup on their hot dogs, vendors who complied were surrounded by bugs attracted to the sweet sauce. So to cut down on the swarm of bugs around them, vendors started to suggest the dogs tasted better without ketchup. The debate has always held a really special place in my heart. For whatever reason, my dad had very strong feelings about not putting ketchup on a hot dog, and he teased anybody who would. I guess he agreed with Mittenthal's assessment about ketchup being too sweet. For many years, I really didn't even think about whether it was right or wrong to put ketchup on a hot dog. But one day my dad was talking about it. I mean, I had always put ketchup and mustard on my hot dog because think about it. When you go to a ball game or an outdoor barbecue or picnic or whatever, and hot dogs are being served, they almost always place a bottle of ketchup and a bottle of mustard right next to them. So as a kid, you can just kind of assume that that's what you're supposed to put on your hot dog. If it works for hamburgers, it's good enough for a hot dog, right? But after listening to my dad's appeal and foregoing the ketchup, I realized I think he was right. I really do think hot dogs taste better without the ketchup. The flavor of the meat comes out more with just mustard. Now, of course, I do realize some of you probably want to avoid the real flavor of the hot dog, and that's fair, of course. But if you ask me, nothing tastes better than a Chicago dog. And of course, that includes just about everything but ketchup. But let's be clear. Again, this is just my opinion. Who cares what I think? I think even Sausage Council Grand Poobah Mittenthal's anti-ketchup war is done just a little tongue-in-cheek. I mean, really, if you think about it, he probably just wants you to buy more hot dogs, no matter how you eat them. This is America. If you like ketchup on your hot dog, go for it. You don't need to yuck someone else's yum. After all, hot dog specialty stores are serving hot dogs with all kinds of toppings, from mac and cheese to crab meat. If those things are okay, why do we specifically villainize ketchup on a hot dog? For heaven's sakes, you do you. So my fellow Americans on this National Hot Dog Day, July 19th, enjoy your Frankfurter freedom. Have your wiener your way. Then can we move on to a much more important matter? Does pineapple belong on pizza? Thanks for joining me on Back Then. I hope you join me again next time.
If you're loving this podcast, be sure to check out our full lineup. From news and local politics to sports and true crime, find your next great listen right now at inforum.com/podcasts. That's inforum.com/podcasts.